Hey, welcome to Backyard Grilling here on Nex-Tech Local 1, and today we're going to be making poor man's burnt ends. Okay, so they call it a poor man's burnt ends because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a chuck roast for our burnt ends. So, as you know, most of the time when you make burnt ends, it comes from a brisket. So a brisket is a huge cut of meat. The burnt ends usually comes from the point portion of the brisket. And they say this is poor man's burnt ends because, I guess because it's supposed to be cheaper. I guess if you looked at the actual price, a chuck roast is just as expensive as a brisket, but you don't have to buy a huge $50 brisket just to get the burnt ends. So what we're doing is we're just using a chuck roast, and we're going to put it on the grill. We're going to cook it low and slow for a long period of time, and then we're going to chunk it up, and that's going to make our burnt ends. The good thing about a brisket is it's pretty, about the roast is it's pretty small. So pretty much every end that you cut, you're going to get some good bark from the edges and stuff on it. So what I look for when I go to the grocery store to get a chuck roast for poor man burnt ends is I look for a chuck roast that has as much marble or as much fat marbling in it as possible, because that's going to make those burnt ends so much better. So very, very simple to do. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get it prepped and put it on the grill. We really don't need to do any trimming or anything like that with it. The main thing we're going to do is just put some, we're going to put some hot sauce on it, and then we're going to put some rub on it. Now, the reason we're doing that is because it's going to help that rub kind of stick to this piece of meat. You don't have to use hot sauce. A lot of people use mustard, and a lot of people will use kind of a spice mustard. Some people use olive oil. So somebody once told me, why put something on a piece of meat like olive oil where it doesn't have that much flavor when you can put Louisiana hot sauce on it, and it's a lot more flavorful. So we're going to go ahead and start with our hot sauce. And like I said, the only thing we're doing is we're just kind of rubbing this around. We're going to put it on the edges and everything. And this is just going to help our rub stick to this piece of meat. So, like I said, I'm going to get the edges and everything. Then I'm going to get our rub, and this is the rub that pretty much we use on everything on this show. It's a rub that I make at home, but it's really simple. It's salt, and it's got some garlic, onion, garlic pepper, onion pepper, and then a couple different types of pepper, and then some cayenne pepper. So it's kind of a really savory. If you wanted to, when you're done and when we're done, we may actually throw some brown sugar in with this too, and you could actually do this in with the rub as well. So we're going to go ahead and put it on our piece of meat, and we're going to do it we're going to make sure we get plenty on there. Okay, and we're just going to kind of pat it in. Now, if we weren't in a big hurry, what we would do is we'd put this on there, and then we'd just let it set, and it'll kind of help absorb into that meat. You can see where there's some dry spots, and then you can see where, you know, that rub is really kind of melted into that meat. So biggest thing is that way when we throw it on the grill or flip it over to do the other side, all the rub that we just put on it doesn't fall off. So go ahead and get that put on there, and then we'll flip it over, and then we'll do the same thing to the other side. Like I said, you can use mustard or anything. I like to use the hot sauce. I don't really notice it when we're eating it, that, you know, that there's a bunch of hot sauce on there or anything. So, and you want to make sure you get the edges and everything. So now we got a little bit of breeze, so we'll try to Another good thing about the poor man's burnt ends is, you know, when you cook a brisket, it's like a 15-hour ordeal. This doesn't quite, you know, this takes time, but it doesn't take that kind of time. So all right. There we go. Okay, so we're just gonna let this sit here and let all that rub and stuff kind of absorb into that meat. And when it starts to do that, you can see, like I said, where it starts to melt in there. We're gonna do that, let it sit here for a few minutes, and then we're gonna put it on the grill. We're gonna let it stay on the grill for about 3 hours, or until we have an internal temp of about 150, 160 or so. Then we're gonna take it off and wrap it. So we're gonna let this sit here, put it on the grill. We're gonna go to break, and when we come back from break, we'll take that off, wrap it up, and do the next step. So don't go away.
What a girl wants in her home kitchen. Ease of use, flexibility, fun, the latest kitchen design, Frigidaire Professional Real Stainless Steel for fewer finger smudges, a French door refrigerator, convection cooking, and quiet dishwasher. Have the staff at Genuine Appliance in Hayes demonstrate new Frigidaire gallery appliances to find what you want. Genuine Appliance at 1224 East 27th Street in Hayes. Everything a girl wants.
Kansas weather can be brutal on your home's exterior. A dry and watertight roof performance is a result of choosing the right contractor. At AquaShield Roofing and Construction, we use the most up-to-date products and efficient technology. We offer quality services, professional installation, and unmatched warranties, adding value to your home and providing years of trouble-free protection. Call AquaShield Roofing and Construction for a free estimate today.
At Nextec Wireless, we are here to help you anytime and any way that we can.
I broke my phone.
Oh.
I don't know what to do.
Luckily, you're covered by PhoneGuard. We can get you a new phone today.
Hey, is this tracking my workout?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Oh.
Switch to us and get a $100 Visa gift card and half off any smartphone.
Hey, how do I get signal in my basement?
Turn on the settings for calls over Wi-Fi.
Nextec Wireless. Time for something different.
Good night, Jerry.
The team at Homestead Assisted Living is a proud supporter of the Hayes community. Located just west of the Sternberg Natural History Museum, Homestead is a warm and welcoming community where residents receive compassionate care from licensed professionals. If you're curious about senior living options for yourself or a loved one, make Homestead your first call. Our kind and courteous staff would love to show you around and answer any questions you may have. Call us today to schedule a tour of Homestead or visit us online at homesteadofhayes.com.
Hey, welcome back to Backyard Grilling here on Nex-Tech Local 1, and we're outside making poor man's burnt ends. So, in other words, instead of using our brisket to make our burnt ends, we're using a chuck roast. So, anyway, what we've done so far is we put our burnt ends on the grill. We let it just sit there and collect all that good smoke and everything. I went till it was about 160 degrees, and we took it off and wrapped it up. So now we're going to take it off again, and this is the point that if we punch this, it should be really, really tender, and we should be looking for a temp of about, I'd say, 190, 200 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and take this off, our foil. And this is a good sign. Okay, so there we go. Can you see that? See all that juice? Ooh. We're gonna go ahead and punch it. So sitting right here, we're at 195, so perfect. And then you could kind of hit it with your probe, and like this part right here, it's like butter. So we're golden. So what we can do is we're gonna take this, and we want to cube this up now, and then we want to get some barbecue sauce and stuff on it. Usually I'm not a huge barbecue sauce fan, but we're gonna do that here. Need a knife. And a lot of times what I'd really like to do is I'd really like to let this just set for a while, but I'm going to go ahead and pour, hopefully this don't blow away. I'm going to pour some of that juice off because you hate to waste that. And we're going to reach in here and grab this, put it on our cutting board. So, perfect world, let this rest for about 20 minutes. We're not in a perfect world. We're TV, so we're just going to go ahead and cut this up. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut this up into kind of bite-sized pieces. And I don't know why I don't have another glove on. Instead, I'll just wipe it on my pants. Okay, so okay, and then we're just gonna dump this in our pan here. Oh, that piece fell off. See, the good thing about this is all this, you know, has good bark. So you've got the edges and everything. Cool. That piece was a little warm. Spicy warm. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so we have our burnt ends that we cut all up. Show them over here to you. I don't know if you're here, but this is our burnt ends. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of barbecue sauce. So should we do the spicy or kind of simple sweet? Okay, simple sweet's what Aubrey said. So we're just going to kind of squirt that on here a little bit. I'm going to grab a spoon or a fork. Spoon's what I got. I'm just going to kind of stir this up just to make sure that everything is coated. Just like so. Okay, check this out. We're also going to take a little bit more brown sugar and sprinkle it on here. And we're going to take a little bit of our rub and sprinkle that on there. Okay, we're going to put this back on the grill. We're going to let this go for 20, 30, 40 minutes. What we're looking at doing is this sauce to kind of suck into those little pieces, caramelize a little bit, and really set in. So we'll keep an eye on that, and when we come back, we'll try these, so don't go away.
Hey Nex-Tech customers, would you like a chance to win free service on your Nex-Tech bill? Well, here's your chance. On the first and third Sunday of every month, tune in to Nex-Tech Local 1 at 6 p.m. and play along with Nex-Tech Sunday Fun Day Bingo. If you miss an episode, don't worry about it. It'll replay every night at 6 p.m. Use your cards included with your Nex-Tech bill or print your own at nextech.com/bingo. Nex-Tech Sunday Fun Day Bingo is brought to you by these awesome sponsors.
Trust Rogers & Associates Insurance to keep your peace of mind through all the seasons in life. Whether you're cozy at home memory making with your family, on an outdoor adventure with the top down, floating on a boat, or in the middle of harvest, we can customize an insurance plan that's perfect for you. For all the seasons, we've got you covered. Call us or visit us online to learn more today.
Life happens at the speed of spilled milk and skinned knees. After surviving another day, taking a moment for me is a must to make it through this mom job. Thankfully, I have Nex-Tech. When I do get a moment to relax, my internet is always ready, and with TV Now, I can stream my shows whenever and wherever I want. Yes, it's the little things that make a big difference, and that's why I have Nex-Tech.
Storage Solutions is now offering premier portable buildings built locally in Greensburg and made to withstand the Kansas weather. These unique buildings can be more than just a storage shed and are as large as 16 by 40 feet. Their 30-year warranty offers flooring and walls that won't rot, splinter, or crack and are finished with a urethane paint. Multiple purchasing options are available. Visit Storage Solutions of Hayes to view models or go online to customize your building today.
Hey, welcome back to Backyard Grilling here on Nextec Local 1, and we're making burnt ends, poor man's burnt ends. We used a chuck roast because it's not quite as big and it's a lot easier to cook than a huge brisket. So we're gonna go ahead and take these off the grill. So here we go. We have our, just a little bit of recap. What we did is we put them on the grill and we let them sit uncovered and everything, and it just took in a lot of smoke. We did that for about 3 hours until it was about to 160 internal temp. Then we took it back off, or we took it off the grill and we wrapped it up in foil with some butter and brown sugar. And we let it go till it was about 190 degrees out of an internal temp. And then we took it off, cut it up into these bite-sized pieces, and put it back on the grill and kind of let some of that barbecue sauce set up on there. Put some more brown sugar, a little bit more butt rub on there, and we are good to go. So now we can just take these off. You know, if you wanted to make a sandwich or something, you could do that. Or you could put them on a plate like this and just eat them all by themselves. So I'm going to get me a fork, try one of these. Really tender. Got that kind of salty, sweet, a little bit of heat. They're really good. Try these at home. Really simple to make. Just do it when you got some time and you can just let them sit there and cook and everything. You don't have to really go by the internal temp. Just make sure you can poke them and they're nice and tender. And if they're like that, then they're going to be great to eat. Hey, we hope you enjoyed this edition of Backyard Grilling of Poor Man's Burnt Ends. Try this at home and make sure you go out to YouTube and check out some of our previous episodes and join us again right here for another edition of Backyard Grilling.